What is going on, guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Sam Rutherford. Today we're going to be talking about why I switched from Nikon. So this right here is the camera I've been using. It is a Nikon D5300. This is not the kit lens. This is a Sigma 17 to 50. It's actually a really good lens. So yeah, this has been like kind of my beginner setup, and I mean, I made a little bit of money with it. Like, I really wasn't trying to do anything pro last year. I was mainly just kind of putting feelers out and stuff and just kind of seeing if it was the path I wanted to go down or not. And I mean, it did good for getting me started. Like, I was able to learn a crap ton of stuff. It's a solid picture camera. I would go over the video specs of this camera, but there are none. So like, it doesn't even shoot 60 frames per second. It's like 50 or something. So very bad for video. The autofocus, I don't even know if it has autofocus on video. Like I said, I didn't even look that much into it because I know that it's pretty much non-existent features for video on this camera. So with that being said, I started researching cameras that were good for both photo and video. When I did this research, I started looking at Canons. And as you all know, the Canon EOS R is like a bad freaking camera. Like, it's sick. And there really wasn't anything bad about the camera that kind of strayed me away, but it just didn't have like features that I wanted. Like, it didn't have dual card slots. It didn't have 120 frames per second. Huge crop on the 4K. Just stuff that it just was like, and I was still gonna go with it. Like, even though it didn't have everything I wanted, I was still gonna go with it. And that camera is like, I think without a kit lens, it's like 1400. No, it's 1700. That's just for the body. And I think it's like 26 with the kit lens. So when you think about that, you're dropping close to $3 grand on a camera body and a kit lens. That, I mean, it's a good kit lens, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's it's not like the Nikon 5300's kit lens. Like, it's actually a good kit lens. But still, that's $3 grand for a good camera body and a good, lens. So I was like, I really don't want to spend that much on a camera when I haven't made any money with this yet. Like, I'm still right now doing it as a hobby. So even still, I was gonna go with the Canon EOS R. The RP came out. I was looking at the RP. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll go with the RP. It's a little bit cheaper. I think it was like, I think that one was the one that might have been like 1700. I think the EOS R was still more expensive. I happened to come across this camera that I'm about to unbox and show you. Started looking at people reviewing it, stuff like that. I mean, it just blew Canon specs out of the water. I mean, well, maybe not blew them out of the water, but it had all the stuff I wanted. It had 180 frames per second at, I think it's 720 at 180 frames, but still, that's just stupid that it can do 180 frames per second. It had 120 frames per second at 1080p, which the Canon didn't even have 120 frames per second. So I think even with the like 1DX Mark II and stuff like that, I think it's still 1080p, 120 frames per second if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but either way, like, you have to pay a lot more for a much more advanced camera from Canon to get these specs that this camera has, and I got it for quite a bit cheaper. This camera I paid just under $1,000 for on Amazon is just the body, and I got a 3-year like accidental damage warranty or whatever, and it brought it up to like $1,050, something like that. So without further ado, let's get this box and let's get this thing open, because it came earlier today and I've been at work and I've been waiting all day to open this thing and look at it. So let's get going. Are y'all ready? Because I'm ready. I'm born ready. Let's do this thing. Here we go. Look at this thing. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, bam. Panasonic Lumix G9 4K. That's right. I have no clue what this box is. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Actually, I don't think I got this on Amazon either. I'm pretty sure I got this on focuscamera.com, if I'm not mistaken. This little bundle kit came with this hard box. This thing. And this is one of the main reasons I got it from here, because I really wanted a waterproof, like, hard box to keep this thing in, because I really don't want thousands of dollars getting messed up by rain or drops or whatever. So I was like, yeah, that's gonna happen. If I can figure out how to open it. Yo! So I think I have to cut out the camera and stuff. Yeah, that's... I thought it came already cut out, but whatever. Still cool. So yeah, that's that. It's like a sweet box. Got a nice seal up here so it stays, you know, sealed from water and stuff. So yeah, really nice box. But the kit I got, it also came with these two Koa, I guess is how you say that, batteries. So it came with two batteries and the charger, which I think the charger's in here too. And then this is not the SD card I plan on using, but I just wanted something to get started because the SD card I'm looking at is like $100 something, and I wasn't trying to spend all that when I just blew $1,000 on this camera. So I just got it in the kit with this, and it's this Sony Tough 64 gig, which I've heard are pretty good SD cards. I've never used them. I normally use Lexar or SanDisk or something, but I mean, I've heard pretty good stuff about these, so I guess we'll find out, because 64 gigs is not near enough what I want to need probably, but because I'm getting 256. Yeah, we're gonna try it out. It'll be enough to get me started at least, so yeah. And now what we've all been waiting for, the moment of opening the Panasonic Lumix G9. How do I open this thing? Oh. I think you dump it? Wait. Oh, I found it. It's got a little thing right there. While I'm trying to figure out how to open this, also it's talking about how small and light this camera is. So that's another reason why I got it, just so, because I do a lot of like traveling stuff, and I always want to video a lot of my stuff, so I end up using my phone or something, which is fine, but I wanted something that was light that I could take with me, and that's durable and rugged, and they have nothing but good things to say about how rugged and everything it is. So coming out of the box, coming right out of the box, it says firmware has been updated, because as most of you know, they had a firmware update that really like changed the game in the video aspect of it, so it's more like a GH5 now, which is really good. I was really happy to see that before I bought it. We have shot Panasonic lenses, probably like a warranty card or something. Quick guide for 6K, 4K photo. It does have 6K with like where you can take a photo out of it, which is freaking sweet, especially for a camera this price. Like, that's really good. So I guess it shows you how to do that in that book. Then you got your basic owner's manual and your basic owner's manual in Espanol, Spanish. Now maybe we'll actually be at the camera now. So again, why do they have to make it so hard to get in this thing? Look at this. It's like a puzzle trying to get in here. Whoop! I think we found it. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. Yes, wow, that is so light. I was not expecting that. Like, it is crazy. Like, my Nikon feels like a brick compared to this. That sounded terrible. Wow, look at that. That is beautiful. Focus on this little guy. So yep, Lumix G9 Panasonic. I really like this viewfinder. I really like how big it is for your eye. Got a lot of controls on the back. Believe they are all customizable. Then you got your top knob up here where you change your functions. And this right here is also like a little special function button you can customize to whatever you want, like ISO and stuff like that, I think. I know you can customize, I can't really remember what you can customize it to, but yeah. Everything on here has customizable buttons. As far as feel, I want to say it feels cheap because it's light, but it's just, they made it that way on purpose because it's light. So I mean, I don't want to say it feels cheap, but it just, compared to my Nikon, like my Nikon's like a freaking center block. I mean, look at it. I mean, it's got a lens on it obviously, but I mean, this is a hunk, like very heavy. This is like barely a pound maybe. I mean, it's just insane. Like, my mind is blown. Oh, so where do I start? So you got the flip out screen, rotates. Is another big reason why I got this camera. So for vlogging and stuff, I can see what I'm shooting. Really liked this also. It's like the display that shows what mode you're in, your ISO, aperture, stuff like that. Then you got your little spin wheel back here, which I really like. It's got good clicks to it. That's for adjustments also. We're gonna put this down to the side for a second and I'll see what else is in here. Comes with the Panasonic Lumix G9 strap. Very cool. Probably will not be using that, but cool. And then it's got this cable. It's a micro USB 3.0. It's a regular USB. You got your typical like old school Android charger cable. I cannot remember what it's called for the life of me. Battery charger. So this is what I was wondering too, because I got the 2-pack of battery deal or whatever. I wasn't sure if like that was going to be the only batteries I had or not, but it's not. It comes with the original Panasonic battery also. So there's that. And then your wall charger. So now I'm curious to see if this thing is charged because I really want to turn it on and see what it looks like. So let's throw a battery in it and let's see if it works. So I didn't really talk about the side much, but we got the 2 SD card slots on the side, which is another big reason I got, like I was talking about earlier. So with the dual card slots, you can have both transferring the same data basically, and putting the same picture in, which is what I would end up doing it for. Or you can have like one, say the image is like raw images and then the other one is JPEG. You can do a lot of different stuff with it on like how it saves your pictures or video or what have you. This camera takes the UHS 2 SD cards. Look at this bad boy in slot number 1. Everything has like really nice clicks and just like good clicks and pops to it. You can tell it's pretty durable, like everything's sealed very nicely. I really like the rubber they have on all the side and everything. It's really good for grip. Like, I feel like I would never drop this, knock on wood. Hopefully I'll never drop this. Over here on this side you have HDMI and the charging port with the USB 3.0 like I was talking about earlier. And then you have your headphone jack right there, and then you have your mic jack right there, which I will be using once I get my Rode Go mic. So please set the language English. Please set the clock. The current focal length setting is 35 millimeters. And that's pretty much all there was for the setup. I don't have a lens yet. It will be ordered tomorrow. There's that display I was telling you about. It's got your ISO and everything like that up there. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be a more in-depth video on this camera once I have used it and got it set up and everything, because I was going to go through all the settings and everything, but I can't really do half of it because I don't have a lens on it yet. So next week I'll be getting the kit lens, which is the 12 to 60. I believe it's like 3.5 to 4.6, something like that. So yeah, I want to get that in. I want to take some shots with it, start getting comfortable with it, and then it's going to be full speed from there. We're going to start trying to do some actual professional work with it. So look forward to the next and upcoming videos on this camera, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Later.